So let's get into this. U.S. troops are being told that Iran war is for Armageddon and the return of Jesus Christ. Sound like anything I've been warning about lately? Alarm bells should start going off in your head here, so let's dive into this. So the article is titled, U.S. troops were told Iran war is for Armageddon and the return of Jesus. Advocacy group reports commanders giving similar messages at more than 30 installations in every branch of the military. A combat unit commander told non-commissioned officers at a briefing Monday that the Iran war is part of God's plan and that President Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth, according to a complaint by a non-commissioned officer. From Saturday morning through Monday night, more than 110 similar complaints about commanders in every branch of the military had been logged by the Military Religious Freedom Foundation. The complaints came from more than 40 different units spread across at least 30 military installations. The MRFF is keeping the complaints anonymous to prevent retribution by the Defense Department. The Pentagon did not immediately respond, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what's going on here, fellas? Sound familiar? If you've been following the channel lately, you've probably noticed how I've been talking about how our government has been hijacked by a cabal of rogue special access programs. Something a little different than what I'm normally doing on the channel, right? Why? Well, because I think this is pretty important stuff, okay? It looks like transnational groups and intelligence communities are trying to perpetrate a controlled collapse. This war in Iran, I've been calling this for 10 years. I've been saying that this war in Iran is going to come with this whole Armageddon narrative. And I literally just had a video trying to explain this a couple days ago. So this should start ringing some alarm bells here, folks. Ding, 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 ding. I'm trying to warn you. There's something going on here, okay? And I don't think they're even trying to hide it anymore. So whether this is actually happening or this is just the narrative that they want you to believe, I have no idea. Either way, this should really be making you open your eyes to what's happening. And I really hope it does. Okay, not that I'm optimistic on this. I think they got us in checkmate here. Here's my opinion, though. I don't know if this is about Jesus coming back or, God, or I don't know what this is about. Okay, I think that is going to be the misdirect, and that's what they want you to think. They want you to think this is a religious war, a spiritual war, and in some sense it is, because this all has to do with discoveries about consciousness. But what this really is the narrative they want you to know. Why do they want you to know this? Okay, this is the narrative that they want you to know. It's just being slow leaked. It's a slow drip of what's to come as they initiate this controlled collapse on civilization. What they say, this Iran war is about Armageddon. When they say this to you, this Iran war is for Armageddon, you're hearing this from the news. It's not just me. The news is saying it. As I said a couple days ago, well, yes, they're trying to unleash Armageddon on us. I used that exact phrasing, which is very weird that you're hearing this now from people trying to, sound alarm bells here about a religious war taking place. But I don't think it's because Jesus is actually returning, although I wouldn't put it past them. I don't know. How am I supposed to know if Jesus is coming back? Maybe he is. I think what this has to do with is a select few psychopaths in special access programs that have decided that disclosing the true nature of consciousness is too dangerous for their power structure. So they need to destroy civilization before that information gets into the hands of people that can use it against them. And that's what they are afraid of. They know that academia is moving away from physicalism. They know that public academia is on the verge of discovering new metaphysical principles. And these metaphysical principles they already know about. Hey, maybe Jesus is coming back. There's a very high likelihood that this is not the end of the strangeness. Watch what happens in the next few months with what I'm saying in mind. UAP disclosure is going to ramp up. That's all connected. Okay, what comes from this disclosure, this is going to be the key hint at how they initiate this controlled collapse. They already have everything in place, and I'm hedging my bet that they're going to tell you it's a heavy mass object coming into the solar system. I think that what they're going to tell us, and what they already want us to believe, whether it's true or not, is that a heavy mass object, a planet-sized object, is entering our solar system, and it's going to wreak havoc. So I hope I'm wrong about this, okay, but we've been hearing murmurings of this. I've been saying this since 2011. during the passing of Comet Elenin. Okay, I got worked up into a frenzy. I thought the whole world was coming. And people who know me, they know that this isn't the first time I've been like, guys, everybody watch out, there's a planet coming. So maybe I am the boy who cried wolf a little bit on this, okay? But I've been talking about this for a long time. Okay? And, there was a document released in 2012 called the Dakota Report, which was created allegedly by whistleblowers trying to blow the whistle on a plot to unleash Armageddon on the planet. It was to take place sometime after the 2020 elections and directly after a war with Iran was initiated. And this Armageddon project is called Project Black Star. And here we are, right on track. That's a little bit odd, right? Then you had Jeremy Corbell come out last year and say that we're going to be told about this planet-sized object narrative. He looked directly into the camera at you and said that is 100% the narrative that they are going to want you to believe. Then just a couple of days ago, you got comedian Michael Ian Black come out and say that he was dragged into a Signal chat and warned about this. He was warned about a planet-sized object coming. That's the narrative that's already starting to seep out into the mainstream. And now you're hearing the whispers of Armageddon being unleashed. Not just from ordinary scared civilians like me, but from military commanders in every branch of the government telling it to the soldiers. Hello? Alarm bells, pay attention. They're doing something here, okay? I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm not here to tell you that I'm right about this. I'm just here to say, guys, take a peek at what's unfolding here, okay? Armageddon, a heavy mass object, a UAP disclosure, new metaphysics, consciousness, spiritual warfare, all these narratives that have been slowly seeping into the zeitgeist. And if you don't have a great intuition and pattern-seeking skills like smart guys like me, you're missing it, okay? But I'm just saying, guys, pay attention to the news with this lens. And if you see, anything that I might have missed, send it over to me. Or if you see anything, or if you don't agree and you want to debunk me, trust me, I want to be debunked. Debunk me. I hope I'm wrong. I truly do. But I've been hoping I was wrong about this stuff for 15 years now. And every year we just get closer and closer to this controlled collapse narrative playing out right in front of us. Have a great day.